What's your favorite creature on the shirt?
Oh, I gotta go with Jabba, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
I
Jabba
like the
fan.
purple Jabba.
Yeah.
You're a Jabba fan? No one ever says that.
Really? Oh, come on, he's cool. He's cool. Amandla, Manny, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me on the Geekcentric podcast.
Of
My name is
course.
Nate. How are you both doing today?
Good.
Great, yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're on a whirlwind adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I can
But
only
it's so
imagine.
much fun. Because
Absolutely.
it's Star Wars.
Yes.
Well, I want to start with, just that. It must be wild for both of you joining the Star Wars world. But Amanda, like yourself, I'm also a prequel kid. And
Finally.
for me, it was my dad who introduced me to Star Wars.
Yeah.
I wanted to start there for both of you. You know, I kind of think of my dad as my Star Wars person. Who's your Star Wars person?
Well, my sister is the person who introduced me to Star Wars, and so all my earliest memories of it are with her. But I kind of want not to shade my sister, but I think my Star Wars person has now become Leslie
Wow.
because she is the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. And
Yeah.
we could just spend all day on set talking about lore, and I could throw any thought or conspiracy theory out to her, and she would catch it, and we'd have so much fun. Particularly in pre-production, that was basically our job, to do that all day.
You're sending Wikipedia articles back and forth?
Yes!
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I think Leslie will forever be our Star Wars person slash captain. I mean, but if I'm taking it back to like when I was a kid, this is weird to say, but my dentist is my Star Wars person just because, weirdly in association, just because at his office he had the N64 Pod Racer
Oh.
game.
Best.
And I would just constantly play that every time I had to go to the dentist. And yeah, it was my favorite N64 game. And it really, solidified the love for the prequels.
I love that. Canadian dentistry. I played a lot of Aladdin on the SNES at my dentist, so I get
Nice.
that. This show continues to highlight the theme of duality in Star Wars storytelling. The light side, the dark side, the rule of two with the Sith. For
Yes,
each
yes.
of your characters, how do you find that this show approaches duality differently than previous Star Wars?
Well, I am two people. So
Yes.
let's
That's
start with
different.
that. But I really love how the two characters balance each other. I think that or at least the way I approached it, from what I saw in Leslie's writing, is that there was this flux, this push and pull of the two that very much reminded me of the light and dark side of the Force.
Obviously, when we speak of the duality in Star Wars, we tend to think about the light side and the dark side. And I think what's interesting with my character is that he's trying to appease and manage both. You know, he's trying to figure out a way around, pleasing both sides to try and, make his own path to create his own thing. And that's primarily where Chimera lies, is that he's pretty much just a lone wolf, and he's not really about either or side. It's just really about his own self-mission.
Well,
I think
both
there's
of
a lot of gray Jedi code in the show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in Star Wars, I think right now that's a big thing right now. The
Sure.
gray side.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
which people have different opinions about, Like
Yeah.
some original fans are really adamant about the show just ascribing to the idea that George Lucas has spoken about before, which is that the balance of the Force is the light side. But I see a lot of people who are getting into Star Wars or are prequel fans, for instance, and all this new content, all these new streamers, this question of like what the Force is and what the balance of it means coming into play.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Lastly, I wanted to kind of end on a funny question, a silly question, if you will. Both of you have just such immaculate fashion sense.
Oh, thanks.
I like both premieres. Your drip was incredible.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Thanks.
And so, kind of bringing it back to Star Wars, I wanted to ask for each of you if you could maybe wear or take the costume of any character or any outfit from the Star Wars universe, maybe to wear to something like the Met Gala. What are you rocking?
Oh.
I mean, I love that Padme costume that you rocked. That Star Wars celebration. If there was like
That's
a
what you're
men's
wearing?
version,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gender bend it all over the place.
Hell yeah.
I would go with Padme too. I mean, I think Padme is one of the most fashionable characters in Star Wars universe. But I would do. I thought about that one.
Yeah, the Amidala.
The Amidala, but I think I would go with the pink and blue flowing gown.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like chiffon. It's sort of the most romantic dress in her scenes with Anakin.
Yeah.
I'll go with that one.
Well, both of you would continue to look excellent. You're excellent in this show, Amanda. You are. There's a moment in episode 2 where you got tears in your eyes, and somebody calls your name out, and you turn around, and it just, it's so good. And I gotta say, Manny, you are forking incredible as Chimere.
Oh, thanks, mate.
And I got my eye on Chimere.
Keep an eye on it. Yeah.
Suspicious there. But thank you both so much, and may the force be with you.
Thank
May the
you.
force be with you for light life.
Force be with you.